Alrighty, dickheads, welcome back. We are reacting to some Warhammer today. So, let's get started. Quick.
Hi friends, today we're talking about a highly requested subject and one of the coolest, if not the coolest things in the entire setting. We're talking about Dreadnoughts, baby! Whoa!
Let's go!
Dreadnoughts are technically 40k's take on mechs, before the Titans and Knights brought on a more traditional take on mechs. And these dudes are perhaps the most 40k way to do a mech. Half-dead super soldier, permanently interred in a literal coffin with legs, armed to the teeth with the biggest guns a tech priest can find. Bad.
So it's kind of like a you got a promotion when you almost died to this. That's crazy. What the hell? I'll take it.
Ass. Dreadnoughts are ancient war machines that ravage anything foolish enough to get in its way, scything down foes with their heavy guns before savagely razing all that remains with his power fist and sheer bulk.
Jesus.
So, if that sounds cool to you, stay tuned.
It does.
But first, let me talk about today's sponsor, Tabletop Stronghold. Tabletop Stronghold is a long supporter of the channel, and their signature Magcase 2.0 is super strong.
What? Hold up.
Stronghold is a long supporter of the channel, and their signature Magcase
What? They got Star Wars?
2.0 is super strong,
Whatever.
able to hold 250 pounds, has a ton of space thanks to its convenient swappable steel trays, and keeps your mini safe with the power of magnets, making it one of the best.
Wait, it's a tray? It wasn't the figurines? Oh,
if not the best ways to keep your mini safe. But, speaking of capacity, let's loop back to the three sizes. There's the classic, the mini, and the XL.
My dumb ass thought that you were getting the figurines, dude. I was so excited. That's cool too, though.
Classic is the perfect all-rounder. It's great for 40k, very comfortably fitting a 2k army. The XL is humongo, and is basically two mag cases mushed together, so it's the Stormbolter of mag cases. Badass. And finally, the mini is the miniest way to hold your minis.
Aww.
But even here, it's surprisingly spacious and can even hold a 2k army if you really optimize your space.
It's
but
huge.
Its true forte is skirmish games. It's perfect for holding my minis for the best game ever, Relic Blade. But for the best value, check out the Mag Case and Terrain Bundle. And, best of all, they're running an Independence Day sale right now. So, make like a good American and buy.
Bye. I'm not American.
And as always, there's free shipping to the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and
yes! New Zealand made the list.
most of the EU. So, get yourself a Magcase 2.0 today. Anyways, though, Dreadnoughts are ancient war machines dating back to the days of the Great Crusade. In fact, some Dreadnoughts from that era are still in use in the 41st millennium. The methods of making new Dreadnoughts have largely been lost. At least they used to. As such, Dreadnought has
the collector, he has a blueprint, trust.
treated as sacred relics. A sacred relic that just so happens to have the firepower to rival a tank. Honored heroes of the chapter are interred into Dreadnoughts if they sustain grievous wounds that cannot be healed. Marines deemed worthy are given new life in Dreadnoughts through sacred rituals performed by the chapter's tech marines and apothecaries. Dreadnoughts are said to be a living embodiment of the machine spirit, as it's a perfect fusion of machine and man into a walk-in death box. Thus, these rituals interface the Marine to the Dreadnought in order to sync the Marine's mind to his new mechanical body.
It does make sense that they would do that, especially considering the fact that, like, there's war everywhere. You know, at some point you gotta start running out of people, so you really gotta get the most out of them.
The Marine is permanently hooked up in a specialized sarcophagus filled with amniotic fluid that's basically Evangelion LCL, in that it helps the Marine's mind sync to the Dread. In addition, the amniotic fluid is part of the Dreadnought's sophisticated life support systems. Once interred, the Marine's mind connects with the Dreadnought sensors in order to perceive the world outside of the sarcophagus. Due to this perfect sync, the Marine feels the Dreadnought as if it's his own body, and Dreadnoughts have been known to have surprising agility and dexterity for their size and bulk.
Oh, so it's not one of those, like, slow mechs. No. These guys are zoomies.
Its movement is quite natural, being more akin to a living being than a true machine. And, fun little fact, the Dreadnought systems are advanced enough to detect its Marine's thoughts and emotions. It then translates these to the system's speakers and servos, meaning that Dreadnoughts sound close to the Marine and retains many of his mannerisms. So, keep in mind, Dreadnoughts are essentially living metal beasts.
Yeah.
After all, it still has the mind of
it's like an extension of the person inside of them. That's fucking
an
sick.
organic being, just interred in a metal form. This also makes interacting with dreadnoughts very uncanny and eerie to most people.
Be not afraid.
Beyond making dinner parties awkward, being
Oh,
a
no.
dreadnought has some other notable downside. Being perfectly synced with the dreadnought's sophisticated systems takes its toll on even the advanced minds of the transhuman space marines. Although the dreadnought can greatly extend a marine's already augmented lifespan, over time, the marine's mind begins to slip as their grasp of reality wanes.
If that happens, do they go crazy? Do they get put down by others, or do they just die?
So, tech marines typically put dreadnoughts into special stasis chambers in order to preserve the marine within, as well as their vast wisdom. And the longer they're in the dreadnought, the longer they must rest in between deployments. But when they're needed most, dreadnoughts are hit with the
Fucking, I love naps.
rune of awakening and get to killing. But, speaking of killing, let's get to what everyone came here for. Dreadnoughts are death incarnate and absolute monsters on the battlefield. Dreadnoughts have electromotivated fiber bundle muscles and magnet coils that give them unparalleled strength for their size. This allows them to easily tear through even the strongest armors with destructive melee weapons like power fists, assault drills, humongo power weapons, or even just a mighty stomp.
Ooh, I want to stop.
Super strength also comes in handy since they can hold giant weapons.
Yeah.
Even more gianter than the giant weapons Marines usually tote around.
Think of a big weapon. Bigger. Essentially.
Some popular
I love
weapons
that.
are giant plasma cannons, twin las cannons, multi-meltas, rocket pods, and my favorite of all, the ultra badass assault cannon.
Ooh.
And along with their main gun, they have some auxiliary weapon systems in the form of storm bolters, heavy flamers, grenade launchers, and more, depending on the pattern. And thanks to their enhanced strength, advanced sensors, and nitrogen cooling systems, they're able to fire their weapon systems with far greater stability, mobility, and reliability than regular Space Marines. And
Than regular space. Holy fuck. That really puts it into perspective considering how badass and insane and strong the Space Marines are.
defensively, they're no slouch either. They're fitted with thick adamantine and ceramide armor, allowing them to take severe punishment as they tear through enemy ranks. In addition, they also have smoke launchers to obscure their advance, and if you're really cool, you can take a giant storm shield to complement your
that's
badass
sick!
giant frog
What? I'm taking that. I am so taking that. I love melee.
stacks. And due to the potent life support capabilities of the Dreadnought, they're also extremely hard to kill even if you get through the armor. The only surefire way to take one out is to destroy the sarcophagus, but that's easier said than done. In the unlikely case that you do kill a Dreadnought, though, its chapter will go through extensive lengths in order to recover the remains, both to honor their venerable brother and to get the Dreadnought back in hopes of restoring it for the next Marine.
Oh. Wait, what if somebody just takes it? Would they ever stop chasing them for the armor? Or has that happened?
But a Dreadnought's ferocious combat prowess may not even be its most remarkable feature. Dreadnoughts are often the oldest ancients of the chapter, both due to life-extending systems and the fact that those who
10,000?
get turned to Dreadnoughts are often already veterans of many battles.
Holy!
As such, Dreadnoughts are among the wisest of the chapter and keepers of the chapter's history.
Plus, they have so much battle knowledge. 10,000 years is a long time to be fighting. Jesus Christ.
Outside of battle, the other times Dreadnoughts are awoken is when the chapter seeks counsel or knowledge. Venerable Dreadnoughts give advice to younger Marines, provide
Yes! That's what I just said! Oh!
tactical expertise, and tell tales of the chapter's history, as well as ensuring that chapter records are correct.
Because they've been there, bro. They've been there. They've almost died. Okay? They got turned into Torb's turret. And now they have all of this knowledge from then going back into battle multiple times. Oh my god.
And with all that being said, basically throw everything out the window other than they kill
real
real
good.
good.
Yeah.
Because Primaris, baby. Dreadnoughts have a ton of different patterns befitting different roles. However, the Primaris Redemptor pattern Dreadnoughts are almost an entirely different thing. Unlike Dreadnoughts of old, the Redemptor's STCs are readily available, and the Marines being interred into one of these bad boys is not just reserved for special honored Marines. You see, Marines and Redemptor Dreads are treated like Crypto Bros GPUs in that
No! What an analogy, bro. What a fucking analogy.
Yo, still wasting money on energy drinks? Switch to Gamer Subs. It's more than just energy, it's hydration, focus, zero sugar, no crashes, and even daily vitamins. So use code EEB at checkout for 10% off. Plus, if you don't want to commit to a tub, you can grab free random samples once per address. Click the link in the description below, and thank you so much. Back to the video.
They're overclocked to the max in order to wreak maximum havoc on the environment. Except in the Redemptor's case, it's to wreak maximum havoc on the heretic, as well as the environment. So, Redemptor Marines are treated like yet another disposable component. This dread pattern is immensely powerful, but this power comes at the cost of literally burning out the Marine within. Kind of similar to how being hooked up to a normal Dreadnought makes a Marine slowly lose their mind, the Redemptor literally sucks the life energy out of the Marines and fries their organs with the sheer mind power needed to operate the machine. Marines who fight for a sustained time as a Redemptor quickly die and have their organs literally turn to evil black ooze. These Dreadnoughts are not revered ancients, they are wholly disposable weapons with the sole purpose of annihilation. And, call the Wrecker repair store, cause I don't really like this Primaris thing. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea of a pattern of Dreadnought that burns out the user for sheer power, and the Redemptor in Space Marine 2 is like the coolest dude ever, but I think it's a lot more interesting of a concept that Dreadnoughts are some of the most powerful things at a chapter's disposal, but must be used sparingly because they're irreplaceable as both a relic and link to the chapter's past.
Yeah, so it's like on one hand they're irreplaceable, and then on the other hand they're very much replaceable, you know? It just doesn't work as well as the first option. I can see where he's coming from.
And now with Primaris, they're yet another mass-producible war machine that you can throw at any battle with minimal risk of losing anything too valuable. To me, this is yet another symptom of the trend of 40k becoming more basic sci-fi and no longer really being a setting of decay on any level that really matters. But I've complained about that many times before. I think the idea of the Redemptor...
Let me know what you guys think, because I can see where they're coming from with needing replaceable, you know, souls, but at the same time, at some point, it just becomes repetitive. So having that apply to a lot of things in a setting can contribute to that, you know, feeling of, does it really matter if they die? Does it really? I think it makes it cooler if they're not so disposable. But that's just me. Let me know what you think.
It can work if it's a rare / taboo pattern that scarcely gets used, since the regular dread is more respectable, so they only use as in emergency circumstances. However, I can totally see the Redemptor fully replacing the regular dread. They basically already have. Although, to be fair, GW has been more open to faithful updates in recent times. I think the Landspeeder looks really great, for example. But who knows? Also, I hate the legs. Literally just changed.
Hey, don't make fun of its birthing hips.
To make Dreadnoughts look more like a normal mech. I think the shorter legs were super cool and an iconic look that made them a very unique mech design. And finally, I think they're just way too huge. I think the default dread literally being just the size of a coffin with legs and guns strapped to it.
I love that though. That's so 40k. Like, you look at this image, you're like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Nuh-uh, that's 40k. Put some respect on it.
Was a lot cooler conceptually than the orc logic of, be good.
Good, hey, don't make fun of my orcs. They're sweet.
I think the truly giant dreads are best served as special patterns rather than default guys running around. And
yeah, because for default guys, we technically have the meat shields, right? Rest in peace to them.
All this isn't to say I hate the Redemptors, though. Big Robot Man is always going to be cool. But I think they're just so much more basic than the classic Dread. And I don't know, subjectively they feel less 40k to me. But to close this off, other factions also have their versions of Dreadnoughts. Chaos ones are literally the same thing with spikes. However, they do often have Chaos Corruption that even more literally melts the organic Marine with the mechanical Dread. Or Death Dreads are also very similar, being mutilated and turned into Dreadnought.
Holy shit.
Eldars are a bit weirder with...
Is that fucking Farah? Love it.
Their Wraith units being Eldar souls put into Wraithbone bodies. Tower kind of similar to the Eldar ones, in that they have engram piloted battle suits. However, I'd argue that a mind copy is different from a soul, but let's not get into philosophy. And other factions don't really have Dreadnought equivalents to my knowledge, but feel free to correct me. And with that, those are the Dreadnoughts. I think Dreadnoughts are definitely one of the coolest vehicles in
They are.
Warhammer. It's hard not to like a big robot with big gun, especially when it's a wacky coffin robot with a gas.
Wacky coffin robot. I love it. I love when he breaks down something that's so badass to wacky coffin robot. It's just so cute. I love it.
punching the shit out of some tanks and
Yeah.
tanks. In the future, I'll make a companion video going over the various Dreadnought patterns, as well as probably talking about Wraith Knights and stuff like that, since I really like Wraith Knights. But for today, that's all I've got. So let me know what you think about Dreads, and comment below what your favorite pattern is. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you to all my awesome Patreons. I really appreciate your support, and I couldn't thank you enough. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and consider sharing to all your big old Dreadnought buddies. Thanks.
I got you. Thank you for the video. I appreciate it. And I like it. I do like that they kind of are, you know, like the lemon squeezing thingy that squeezes out all of like the lemon juice, like the final thing that squeezes all of it out. I feel like these mechs are kind of like that, where a marine is about to die, so they're like, no. We still got use for you. You are 1 year in, okay? You're 1 year in. We are not letting you go. So I fuck with that. It's very 40k. But yeah, let me know if you like the idea of them being so replaceable. Kinda. I think it makes sense, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. But yeah, thank you again for hanging out. And sorry I'm a little sick. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.